Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI live noding. In this video, we're gonna do something that's a little bit more fun and not too complicated. It's just animation nodes, to make arrangements so that we can have like like the magic effects where you have, if you're looking at an image from one angle, it looks like one image, and if you switch from another angle, it looks like the other image. And we need to kind of understand the process first, and we need to find out a way to slice the image first of all. Okay, how do we do that? Any idea? So that's that's the first thing that we need to learn. We're gonna use Blender's there's a little bit of manual process here because currently Fairchop cannot actually create a UV. I don't think it deals with UV. I don't think animation nodes also deal with UV. Ideally, we should be able to generate objects and then assign just like a standard UV, perhaps. But anyway, let's do it the manual way. One day we're gonna turn it into like nodes, maybe automatic. So I'll find my image first of all. I think I have my dog image somewhere. Okay, let's start with this guy. Okay, just a single image, and we know that this already has texture. It's a single image. We need to split it. For the splitting, okay, this is gonna be IN split magic. In Blender, if you go to edit mode, you can do some cool splitting, like with the edge, for example. I'm selecting this edge and that edge on the side, and then what I'll do is just hit spacebar and then subdivide. Mesh subdivide, and then turn it into how many? 8 subdivision? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 8 give you 9. 9 give you 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. That's the plan. And then now, now this guy is being split already. And if I select the edges, we can get that kind of effect. If we get any other edges, you can get that pretty easily. But that's not what we want. The next thing I will want to do is just select all the edges and then just split edge split. That process actually separate all the faces. This is really handy for a lot of things actually. Now they are split, but they are still single objects. Now the next thing I would do is to separate by loose part. Okay, now they are all separate. That's very important. But the next thing we should note that is each one of them currently has the origin at 0, 0, 0. That's we need to take care of. So select all of them and then set origin to geometry. Now each geometry has origin at the center. That's okay, that's cool. Let's work with this guy, or yeah, let's work with this guy first. Select this. Make sure we have AN initial transform. Just select all of them and then set the initial transform for all of them. So we have like we store the original positions, and then the next thing we go to compositing, animation nodes, create a new node, and I'm gonna group this one, Control G, and this is to make it easier to organize. Get objects from group, and here let's play with this guy. Object transform output, plug this guy in. Oops, see, be careful with that. you easily turn everything to 000 and then you can't get it back. But luckily we have the object initial transform, object ID initial transform, and so we can just use the location. Okay, that's good. What's the next thing we should do? Let's rotate this guy by an angle. I think it's in the X direction, so it's kind of like a Windows blind, really. So you can have that kind of effect, kind of like the flipping effect as well. But you just need to make an angle. My guess is like it's 45 degree, but it's actually not 45 degree. Maybe more, a little bit more, like 60 degree maybe. Okay, now we just need to do the same thing for the other image that we want to switch to. Okay, let's go grab the other image, and let's grab this guy, put it in the same position. Let's do the same thing, edit mode, and then go to edge selection, select the edge, and then subdivide, cut it by 9 times, so we have 10 separate, and separate actually edge split. Now if we select the face, it's already working. Select this guy and separate loose, and then group it. Okay, done. That's done. All we need to do is just to duplicate this whole setup. Be careful here with the coloring. If you just change this into our new group, it's not gonna work. Be careful, this is like the green color connect to this guy, so you need to use the other loop. Okay, color coding, very important. Okay, now, whoops, I made a mistake. We have not reset the origin. Set origin to geometry, and then also we need to set initial transform. Okay, now select our group, plug into our loop, and then just rotate it. I think rotate it the opposite direction, and maybe just, I think we need to offset in X slightly, so vector math, this guy, and then it's just, oops, not in X, in Y. Maybe it's not 60 degree, maybe it's like 75 degree. Wait. Straight 60 and 60. 60 degree might do the job actually. This number, okay, this number is very sensitive at the moment with Blender. Alt kind of help, or Shift. Yep, okay. Apparently 60 degree does the job to give that kind of effect. So it's not 45 degree, 60 degree, and then you get this effect if you're looking at it from the right angle. So you can get these effects. It will be nicer as a landscape panorama. You can create this effects, magic effect. So I'm gonna just quickly take a snapshot of this for the video thumbnail. So it's a yep. Okay, we are pretty much done with this, except that I want to do a little bit more, you know, just experiment a little bit with what we have at the moment. Supposedly we want to make our own arrangement. Okay, maybe we have more than 2 images. We need to have control over these objects. So maybe if we don't use this and use our own numbers, we can plug the index into the locations, not in the X, maybe in the Y. Maybe remove the rotations. Let's rearrange this procedurally using animation nodes. So currently we have the index plugging in into. We know that the index goes from 0 to the last total number. Let's arrange that. Let's use math. Just tidy up this thing a little bit. So now currently it's looking like that. So apparently our manual process kind of creates these objects. When we separate loose the objects, it has this naming system. My dog output 00, the original my dog dot output, and then the next one 001, 002, 003, and so on. Put the item there. So it has some kind of order, but the order is slightly wrong with the leg here. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we need to arrange it. So the last, this one 009, maybe this is supposed to be 010. This one 011, and we need to sort it. Sort by name, grid first. Okay, that's correct. Now we have better control over each and every element. File, save as. I found that the 2D slicing is very interesting to learn about programming and sorting. Okay, let's do the same thing with the other dog. Zero this out. Don't use this, just use the index into the plug in the locations. In the Y, use math. Okay, same thing happens with this numbering. My image 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and sort list. You can easily reverse that. Okay, now we have this. We can actually stagger our image. If I put them on top of each other and kind of offset it, vector math, offset it in Y. This is gonna be like a kind of preview for the next effect. In my next effect, I want to create some kind of multiple image animations sort of effect. Let's keep this one for the next live noding, I guess. This is the thing that I wish we can just automate using square chops, like do the slicings and then kind of make arrangement depending on the slice unit size. But that's, I found it can get pretty complex, but you can do it. You can do it. So let's arrange this. I think if you hold shift, I think it's kind of move slightly more precise. Okay, that's cool. That's the second effect. Probably gonna leave that for the next live noding. Of course, it's gonna be the same, maybe the same dog picture. I'm just gonna add another image. Maybe this guy. They are all the same size, by the way. And yeah, I'm gonna maybe just stop right here and then gonna make the same arrangement for this other dog. Maybe that's for the next live noding. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in to this live noding video. If you have any comment, feedback, just leave it down below. I'll see you in the next